I'm excited to have one of my very good friends, an amazing expert. I don't have enough good words to say, but I just can go on and on. This is Vicki Dello Joio, and I asked her to come to the studio today because I wanted to help her promote an upcoming event that she has, and I wanted to make sure that we didn't just talk about it, but I was like, I'm going to get her in here, talk to her, let you hear for yourself what she's got going on, and see if it's something you might want to participate in. So welcome to the studio.
Well, thank you. It's an incredible place to be, and I always love being with you. You're just such a delight in my life.
Thank you. Yeah. We had so much fun before we turned on the camera, too.
You should have seen us.
We might have to show that later. So you have an exciting event coming up, and I didn't want to just share. I just wanted people to hear from you personally, from me, because if they're my friends, I could hear how much I believe in what you're doing. But you have an event coming up, a couple of events actually, and one of them is something you're calling a 7-day challenge. Yes. And the reason I want you to hear about this is because it's all about helping you not only prepare for this crazy time of year, which is the holidays and all that, you're going to talk about that, but also the post-election emotion that's going on. So tell everybody about the 7-day challenge.
So I came up with this, like Julia was saying, I came up with this because I really felt like things tend to accelerate as the year comes to a close, and so I think of it as this frenzy that starts to happen. Whether you're somebody who really loves the holiday season and loves doing all of that, social events, that kind of thing, or somebody who feels like you have a lot of loss at this time of year, and so you really want to avoid it, or you don't like it in general, or you're sort of neutral about it, it's resolved. Regardless, I think, of where you are in the spectrum of it, I think that what happens for people is that the social environment, the soup that we live in, becomes more frantic. So I wanted to look at how can we stay really centered at the eye of the storm. Then when the election happened and everything has become so volatile, it became even more crucial to me to think about, there's so much stimulus going on in all directions. How do we stay really centered so that we can find our voice, be really clear, and really move forward with whatever it is that feels important to us?
Yeah, and so you can relate, right? Just hearing that, you're like, all ears, all ears. The great thing about Vicki is that you don't just talk about this, but you actually have a practice. You're a master at what we call Qigong, right? If you don't know Qigong, tell people what Qigong is.
Okay, Qigong is a Chinese martial art for healing. It's basically how do you raise energy in your body and then direct it in the ways that you want. I don't call myself a Qigong master, but I would call myself a Qigong master teacher. I'm somebody who has trained other teachers. I also have developed a system that's a very integrative system drawing from different schools that I've studied with over the years.
So you help take this, because I've started learning some stuff from Vicki, and I'm always amazed at what happens. You teach us how to use our own energy and the energy to direct and get where we want to go.
Exactly, because so many times I think that we can get caught up in our heads. We have a certain project, say we want to do, we get caught up on our heads, things start to get really heated. I'm really looking at how can we, what I call embody energy, so that we can really let energy move through us. I think that we're here with a purpose. To be able to really express that purpose requires that level of centeredness, and that's to bring us back to our hearts, to bring us back to whatever it is that we're feeling we want to create in our lives or in our communities.
Awesome. So back to the 7-day challenge.
Yes.
So now you know what she does and why she does it and how she does it. So how can they experience it as well with the 7-day challenge?
Well, I would totally love to have you join me. This is a free challenge. I was thinking about the whole word challenge, and that there's a lot of challenges that are actually out there in terms of, people marketing their businesses and stuff. But I was thinking about who needs another challenge? We have so many challenges in our lives.
I can't handle them all. Stop challenging me.
But I was
This is different.
Yeah, this is different because I think what I'm really challenging you to do, one of the things I've been saying is I'm sort of throwing down a gauntlet to ask you if for 7 days, every day in a row, you can take 10 minutes or less that's really just for you to be able to not only move into self-care, which I think is so critical, particularly when things are accelerating and volatile, but also how can you take 7 days where you'll take this amount of time to also energize yourself so that you really feel like you're good to go. So part of it is self-care and self-nourishment, but part of it is how do we direct our energy effectively to create what we want in our lives.
and it's the end of the year, and this
Yes.
is a time of year where
Everybody makes resolutions, right?
and then so few keep them.
Yeah, they say that I think that the majority, 90% lose their resolution within the first two months of the year. So yeah, I'm really looking at I think that people want to really own something, want to create a shift for themselves, and then it dissipates. And part of why it dissipates is because it's still resonating just up in the head. Now we need our head, we need our intelligence, we need our minds, but we also need our hearts. We also need it to land in our bodies so that we can carry it forward, whether we're thinking about it or not.
That's so important because it's all up here. I love that. We're going to bring it into your body, and that's what you help do. So the 7-day challenge, how do they sign up? Do they click the link that I put with this video?
Yes, you can click the link, or you can visit my website, VickiDelloJoio.com, and that'll direct you also to this 7-day challenge. You just sign up and come on board. I'd love to see you. We were actually quite full already. It's just a few days. We hit the 75-person mark, I think, yesterday morning. So I really want I want the synergy of a large group of people. That's one of the things that I love, is bringing large numbers of people together to move energy, because when that happens, there's a kind of reciprocity that happens, a sense of a synergy, a lifting up.
Yeah,
so
this is a whole community.
Yeah.
You've got a whole community. There's a Facebook group that when you sign up for.
So when you sign up, basically what that means for people who are on Facebook, you can be part of the Facebook group, which is already starting to be pretty active. The other thing, if you're not a Facebooker or you don't like social media, that's fine, because basically I'll be sending out the same information on email. So basically it's going to give you every day something I call play work that'll take 10 minutes or less, that's going to help you to get centered, be able to let your energy rise, be able to direct it, be able to feel like, what do you do in terms of your boundaries when you're feeling like you're being buffeted by too many pieces of stimulus, or what do you do to be able to take the next step in terms of how you want to direct how you want to go for your focus.
Nice. Okay, so we got the 7-day challenge, which I've already signed up for. I'm ready to go. More the merrier in this, because everybody's moving energy, get to interact on the Facebook page with what other people are going through at the same time, and you get to be visible. Vicki's really good on her Facebook pages, going in there, and if you write something, she'll respond, she'll pay attention.
Oh
so
yeah,
she's
I watch
active.
very carefully for people. Because I really want to serve people so that they can really use this in real time. This is not just about giving information. This is really about what can you actually do, and I'm going to help you. I'm going to be right by your side all
It's
the
an
way.
experience.
It's an experience.
So if people do the 7-day challenge, the 7 days is not that long, right? 10 minutes or less a day for 7 days, we can all do it, and it's actually will not only benefit us from what you're teaching, but learning to do something for 7 days straight is actually a good habit for all of us to get into, because then it really becomes a habit.
Yes.
It's not just more information. So after the 7 days, there's a reward for the challenge. In addition to the reward that's going to come with just being in the challenge, what you're going to get already, you have even something greater.
I do. For people who complete the challenge, and I'm going to be watching, I already have a spreadsheet, and I'm marking off as people respond and speak, that if they do every day and they write to me or they put on the Facebook group what they did and what they experienced for this little practice, if they complete that 7 days and really check in about it, you're gonna get a couple of free tickets to my annual event, Nourish the Flame. And if you're not in this area, you can certainly give them to somebody else. I'm also going to have a virtual thing that would be available to you to look at as well. So.
And this area means San Francisco Bay Area.
Yes.
And how many years have you been doing this?
Actually, I put on my publicity 16 years, but I've actually been doing this for more like 24 years.
24 years, the Nourish the Flame, the annual event.
It's just grown and grown and grown.
Yeah.
So in the last 4 or 5 years, it's been about approximately from 80 to 140 people every year. So, and I'm expecting it to be even bigger this year.
Yeah, it's perfect timing, and the energy that's moved during that day. And she has just really great practices. I don't want to give it all away, but you get to pick a word, and then she has you do something with it. I don't know if you're going to do it again this year, but everybody loves it because I can't tell you. You just got to go. You just got to
So here's the thing with Nourish the Flame, just for you to know this, that basically what we're doing is we're really taking the energy of winter, because in Qigong, which is a Chinese practice, every season is connected to feelings and organs and health practices and stuff like that. We're going to use the energy of winter to be able to really sustain you in the year to come.
Wow. I missed that part altogether.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn there. Well, that's it. So they can do the 7-day challenge. They can be part of the Facebook group. If they do the 7-day challenge, they get the tickets, which, by the way, her event is valued at $497 because it's a several hours, right? It's like not all day,
It's a half day.
It's a half-day event. Very, very valuable.
And that's what I used to charge for it back when I was just charging for it. Now I'd like to give it to the community.
Yeah,
so,
it's a give back.
Yeah.
So you get it for free, but if you don't do the 7-day challenge, you pay $67, which is still a heck of a deal. But why not get the ticket for free, right?
As well.
A Christmas present.
Right, it'll get yourself prepped also to be able to really jump in.
When is the Nourish the Flame? What's the date?
December 30th.
December 30th. So it's that time of year where nobody's doing anything anyway. You're like, Christmas is over, waiting for New Year's. I've seen all the family I really want to see right now. I love my family, but you're kind of done. So it's a perfect time of year. It's that in between. So it's just a perfect time to come together.
It
and
is.
Move energy and move into the new year.
Yes, and be among people with like mind who really feel the same that you do in terms of what you want to do with your intention. Really support one another. And doing
Awesome.
that in very concrete ways.
In real ways.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
I
you.
love having you in the studio. Thank you for listening and tuning in. I just love sharing Vicki with everybody I know because I know her work is amazing. So hopefully we'll see you on the 7-day challenge in the Facebook page and at Nourish the Flame.